Hello everyone and welcome to another video. In this video I'm going to show you how to host a website for free for 12 months on Amazon Web Services. What we'll do is sign up to AWS, log into our new account and launch an EC2 instance, which stands for Elastic Compute Cloud and is AWS's virtual private server offering. As part of the sign up process, you'll be required to enter payment details, but don't worry, as long as you launch the same EC2 instance as I do into the Europe-London region, you'll not have to pay anything for 12 months. After the 12 months is up, if you continue to use the EC2 instance, that is, you don't stop or terminate it, then you'll pay the pay-as-you-go rate. At the moment, that's about $9.5 per month, which is about £7.20. The price may change over the next 12 months. So as the 12 months come to an end, be sure to check the price so that you know what you're paying. You can see the price by navigating to aws.amazon.com/pricing/on-demand. Make sure the Linux tab is active and make sure the region is set to Europe, London. Then scroll down until you see t2.micro and that's where you see the price. At the moment it's 0.0132 per hour. From that price you'll be able to work out how much you'll pay per month roughly. Okay, I'm going to enter my email address. If you read what it says under account type in this tooltip, you'll see it says select professional if you intend to use this AWS account within your company, educational institution or organization. Otherwise select personal. So you'll probably want to select personal unless you meet that criteria. For the plan, you'll want to select basic plan, which is the one that is free. Now we're going to sign into our new account. And we'll want to select the EC2 service. The way you can get to the EC2 service is either by entering it here, EC2, and then selecting it from the results, or by clicking on all services, and then it's the first option within compute. Being a new account, we won't have any instances yet, so here we're going to click launch instance, and we're only interested in the free tier eligible ones, which we can see is underneath the name, whether it's free tier eligible or not. We can check this box here and it will only show us free tier eligible ones, but the first ones in the list are free tier eligible, so it's not necessary to click that button. What we want is the Ubuntu Server 20.04. So I'm going to click select. Next, we're going to configure instance details. For the majority of them, we're going to leave the defaults. So on this page, we can leave the defaults. On the add storage page, we can leave the defaults. We don't need to add any tags. You can if you want, but for the purpose of this tutorial, I won't add any. And we're going to create a new security group. We could use the default, but I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to name it EC2-security group. And we're going to leave this default firewall rule, of which I will talk about at a later stage. Okay. At this point, we can see we can choose a key pair to deploy to the EC2 instance, which will allow us to connect via SSH to the instance. Because it's a new account, we don't have any key pairs at the moment, so we're going to create a new one. I'll just name it EC2 key. It's very important that you download the key pair at this stage, because this is the only opportunity you'll have to download it. And we'll click on launch instances. And if we click on view instances, we can see that the instance state is pending. When it's ready, the instance state will be running. And it should only take a few seconds. In the meanwhile, we'll look at some of the details. So if we click the checkbox next to our instance, which is now in the running state, and then click on the security tab, we can see the firewall rules, of which there is one inbound rule with a port of 22 and the protocol of TCP, both of which are used for SSH connections. The source IP address is unrestricted, meaning SSH connections are allowed from any IP address. You can leave it this way if you want, but if you want to abide by security best practices, then you should change it to your own IP address, meaning that SSH connections are allowed from your IP address only. To do that, we'll click on the security group link, and then we'll click on edit inbound rules, and you'll want to delete this current IP address, which is unrestricted, and enter your own IP address here with a / and 32 at the end. So for your IP address /32, and then click save the rules. For the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to leave it unrestricted. Next, we're going to connect to the instance via SSH. So open up a terminal, and first we'll need to change the permissions of the key we downloaded in a prior step, because it's 644 by default, which is too open and will cause SSH to ignore the key file. So what we're going to do is change it to 600. To get the IP address for the instance. Which we can see under the details tab. Now that we've connected to the instance using SSH, I'm going to link to another video I created in which I teach you how to install a web server stack in your VPS. Once you've completed that tutorial, you'll be able to deploy a website and make it available over the internet. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you could like the video, and if you know someone else that will find the video helpful, then you should share it with them. If you want to see more videos like this, then subscribe to my channel. Until next time, all the best.